Hello, I'm Tara-Brigitte Bhavnani, ballerina with the Royal Ballet, and this is the third and final video in my prenatal ballet series with the wonderful Isabella Oliver. I've also been lucky enough to wear various items from their brand new collection, all ethically made and sustainably made right here in Europe. Today I'm wearing the Macy Organic hoodie, and it's very, very comfortable. I love the beautiful white color. And I've paired it with the Willow maternity leggings. I just love how this line matches with this jumper in particular. So hopefully you've had a chance to do my warm up and my ballet bar videos, because today we'll be doing a cool down, including some stretches. A chair with a tall back is gonna be perfect for this, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna have one leg on the chair. You might need to adjust yourself a bit further away or a bit closer, depending on arm length. But we're going to start with our same arm as leg, holding onto the chair for support. I'm going to show you at the bar just because it's going to be a little bit easier for you to see. So our standing leg is in a nice neutral position. Toes can be pointed slightly outwards if that feels comfortable, and our leg is comfortably on the chair. Hips are nice and level, so try not to hinge at all. You can find a lower chair if you find it's too high, or you can find a higher chair if you think you can sustain those straight hips. So we're going to have our right hand on the chair, and our other arm is going to come up to fifth position, framing your head, and we're going to do a beautiful side bend towards the leg as much as you can comfortably go, and we're going to come up. Good. So nothing changes in the legs and the hips. Tummy is engaged, and we're lifting up and over. Good, and this time we're going to curl the upper body forward, stretching out that upper back to come up. Good. Now same again, starting bending sideways. This time we're going to do the opposite. We're going to open back. Good. So you should be feeling a bit of a hamstring stretch. Knee remains straight, foot is ideally pointed, and we're getting a lovely stretch in the side and here in our upper back. Curling forward, keeping it smooth, and again reaching up and over, and now opening the chest and stretching out your back and chest. Okay, now we're going to change our hips so that they are facing our foot. So now you can put your left hand on the chair. So my leg is now in front of me, and my hips are very square towards that leg. Shoulders on top of hips, facing that forward leg. Good. Now you can have a little wiggle around there. Feel a good stretch in the hamstring. It might feel better if you're turned out or if you're turned in, but go for a nice stretch. Not too strained, but make sure you are getting a stretch. And now we're going to try and fold ourselves up and over on that leg. So try not to curl from the top. Try and bend from the waist. Okay? And you can have a flex foot for more of a stretch, or a pointed foot, which is a little bit more comfortable, but you need to keep that foot pointed. So we're going to bend forward. Good. And coming up. So you can do this in your own time, and you can keep the stretch. You can stay down there if you wish, and hold it, and hold it. Or you can do a series of bends and keep the stretches moving. Good. Now we're going to take that same leg, and we're going to try and reach it behind ourselves so that we're going into a quad stretch. So if you did the warm-up video, we did lots of pliés in second, which can be a little bit heavy on the quads depending how deep you went down. So it's good to feel a nice stretch in the front of the leg and also in the front of the hip. So staying nice and tall, lifting the abdominals, try not to sit in it too much. Always keeping that length. Good. Long hip, long hip. Very good. Try to get the knees together and try and get that heel to your bottom. Good. You can still be holding on, or you can also test your balance at the same time. So staying nice and tall, trying to get those knees together and heel towards your bottom. Staying tall, always keeping the shoulders back. Very good. Now we're going to release that foot, and we're going to go into a calf stretch. So stretching that leg behind you. Front foot is slightly bent. If you want more of a stretch, you bend it more. And you should be feeling a nice stretch in your calf muscles. Good. So those calves are working hard in the rises that we did at the bar and throughout these exercises because it's helping us balance. Give those a shake and we'll go with the other leg. So other leg on the chair, to the side, your hips are facing front, shoulders are on top of hips. Good. Both legs are fully stretched, pull up those kneecaps, and toes are beautifully pointed. And we'll start with our plain port de bras, bending just sideways. Good. And coming up. Very nice. And again, lifting up before you bend sideways. So we don't get a crunch, we don't get a small stretch. I want a long stretch. That's it. Bending from the waist and coming up. Good, now we'll add in our curls. So lifting up and forward, and now you curl so that you stretch the top part of the back and coming up. And now bending backwards, opening the chest, feeling a good stretch, top part of the body. Very nice. And again, reaching up inside. And we carry a lot of tension in the top of the back. So this is very good to stretch it out. Up and over. And opening the chest. Good. Legs and hips are staying exactly where they are. Okay, now we're going to change our position so that our hips are facing our leg. So leg is directly in front and our shoulders are over the hips. Now you can play around with your position. See if you want your leg to be in parallel or turned out. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can flex that foot. Otherwise, have it pointed with the knees nicely stretched. And we're going to bend forward. Nice and long. And coming up. Good. Hips stay facing your front. That's it. And come up. What can tend to happen is that we open up a bit. And I want a nice hamstring stretch, which you'll really achieve if your hips are nice and square. Good. So feel free to hold this stretch. You can hold it down if you want, and it will ease eventually, I promise. Or you can keep it moving and doing some port de bras with me. Now, taking that foot into the hand for our quad stretch. Very good. So feeling the length and the stretch in that front part of the leg. Bring your knees together if you can. And we want that heel towards your bottom if possible. So good to hold, if you're holding these stretchers, it's good to hold them for about 30 seconds or so. Otherwise, you can keep them moving with the port de bras like I was doing. Good. Staying long in the abdominals. Don't let it sink. Keep the whole position long and lifted. And always remember to have beautiful posture. Shoulders back. Good. Nice. Okay. And we'll release that leg and we'll go into our calf stretch. So the front foot is bent and the back one is stretched. And we're trying to get that heel on the floor. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can bend that front knee more, but try and keep that heel down in the back. Good. So you should feel it in the lower part of the leg, the calf muscles. Good. And keep your hips facing your front. If it gets like this, we lose the calf stretch. Okay? So keep nice and square. Feet are beautifully parallel now.
Well, thank you so much for joining me in this cool down, and I really hope you've enjoyed all the videos in this series. If you can, try and do them all together because it'll give you a wonderful, complete workout. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below or feel free to send me a direct message because I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to check out Isabella Oliver's beautiful new collection. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.